Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into what it really takes to become a successful notary public right here in Utah. We're going to ask the big question, is this the right career move for you?
All right, let's just jump right in with the million-dollar question, right? Can you actually build a full-blown career as a notary public in Utah, or is this just going to be a little side hustle? Well, as you're about to see, the answer really depends on how you decide to play your cards.
Okay, let's talk numbers. The potential here? It's pretty significant. We're talking anywhere from 45 grand to over $100,000 a year. Now, this is for folks who really treat their notary commission like a serious business, focusing on mobile services and specialized stuff like loan signings. But yeah, that kind of full-time income, it's absolutely achievable here in Utah.
But what if you're not looking to go full-time? Maybe you just want a part-time gig. Well, even then, you could be looking at an extra $1,500 a month. Maybe even more. And the best part? The flexibility is just incredible. You can do this on evenings, on weekends, whatever works around your main job. All right, so you're interested. How do you actually get started? Well, first things first, a notary commission isn't just some certificate you can buy online. It's actually a public office. Getting one is a very clear state-regulated process, and it's all managed by the Lieutenant Governor's office.
And that's because earning the right to use that official seal, that's a huge responsibility. You're not just getting a fancy rubber stamp. No, you're receiving an official appointment from the state to be an impartial witness. Your job is literally to help protect the public from fraud.
So what's the process look like? The state of Utah lays out 6 key steps. It's pretty straightforward. First, you got to meet the basic requirements. Then, you'll pass an online exam and clear a background check. After that, you'll need to get a $5,000 surety bond, which is basically just insurance to protect the public, take an official oath of office, and then boom, you upload everything online.
Okay, so let's talk about the upfront investment. What's the price tag to get this whole thing started? You might be surprised at how accessible it actually is. Let's break down exactly what you'll need to pay for to get your commission.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the costs. First up, you've got a one-time state fee of $95. That covers your application and the exam. Then you'll need that 4-year surety bond. And of course, your official stamp. And here's a fun fact. For traditional notarizations in Utah, it has to be purple ink. Finally, a notary journal, which is super highly recommended to keep a log of all your work.
So when you add it all up, you're looking at around $185. I mean, think about that. For less than $200, you can launch your own notary business. You're fully commissioned, fully equipped, and ready to start making money.
Okay, so you've got your commission, you're ready to go. Now what? Where do you find the clients? Where does the business actually come from? Well, right now, the market here in Utah has some really interesting things going on.
There's been a pretty big shift lately. You see, the loan signing market, the work that's tied to real estate, that's cooled off a bit because of higher interest rates. But, and this is a big but, the demand for general and mobile notary services, it's exploding. We're talking about things like wills, powers of attorney, business contracts. That side of the business is growing like crazy. And this shift is captured perfectly by mobile notary Janessa West. She points out that really since COVID, people have just gotten way more comfortable with having someone come to their home for a service. That change in our behavior has created this massive opportunity for notaries who are willing to be mobile and meet clients wherever they are.
So look, getting your commission and that purple stamp, that's just the starting line. The real work is turning it into an actual profitable business. So here's the blueprint, the playbook for how to make that happen.
And this isn't just theory. Check out this real-world example from a notary on Reddit who started part-time. Look at those numbers. They went from grossing about $1,400 in 2020 to over $24,000 in 2022. That is some serious growth. It just shows you what's possible when you focus on that general notary work and stay consistent.
So what are the keys to that kind of success? Well, the most successful notaries, they treat this like a real business. They build an online presence, like a Google business profile, so people can actually find them. They're not shy about asking for reviews, because that social proof builds trust. They also diversify their services, maybe offering remote online notarization, becoming a loan signing agent, or handling apostilles, which are just authentications for documents going overseas. And maybe most importantly, they stand out by being flexible and super professional.
Now, I just mentioned diversifying, and one of the biggest absolute game changers right now is something called remote online notarization, or RON. This is huge.
It's technology that lets you, as a notary in Utah, serve clients who could be literally anywhere in the world. I mean, talk about expanding your market.
And here's why RON is such a big deal for your bottom line. Look at this. The state of Utah caps the fee for a traditional in-person notarization at $10. Just $10. But for a remote online one, that maximum fee jumps all the way up to $25 per act. That's more than double the money for a single notarization.
So, at the end of the day, the opportunity in Utah is absolutely there. It's a really accessible career to get into, and the market is growing, especially for notaries who are professional, proactive, and willing to meet people where they are. The process is clear, the demand is growing, so the only real question left is how are you going to turn your official stamp into a successful business?